So we truly appreciate it, man. Obviously, we were talking to you a little bit throughout this week, but can you just elaborate and explain a little bit about your background, when you started playing, and a little bit about your journey right now?
Yeah, so my father, he's Jamaican. Um, he played at NC State as well. So growing up, I always grew up around him playing soccer. Just seeing him play pretty much inspired me. I was kicking the ball probably out of the womb, for real. Probably like two, three. We always used to play in the house all the time. We used to play with my uncles, used to play everybody, for real. There's so many stories of one time my uncle, we were playing in the house and he just
Mm-hmm.
blasted it through the kitchen and like destroyed my mom's china glass and stuff like that. It's been crazy stories.
Every
But yeah,
soccer player's
great.
got one. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Oh, what a ball! You
Um,
weren't kidding about it, Coach
Yeah.
Jake.
So after playing rec, you went to what was the next team?
what a fucking ball.
How about a
My
finish
fault,
over
my
there, dude?
cousin.
Nah, dude.
Good
Fucking
ball.
amazing ball, dude. But that wasn't me. That
Yeah.
was him. If that was me in real life, that ball would have gone out of bounds. Nice shot.
So I started when I made tryouts was in seventh grade. So
Okay.
from seventh grade on to ninth was club. We went to Disney in ninth grade, all that.
Nice. This is
And
fun.
then that same Potomac club team became academy my junior year of high school. So then we became the Potomac Academy. I was playing forward all my years in high school, scoring goals, had 33 goals my senior year of high school, all that. We finished second, like real good stuff. Ended up getting recruited to George Mason as a forward, played forward, good finish.
Nice.
Played forward my freshman year actually. And then
Really?
they moved me to center back after my sophomore year
Wow. How
because
come?
at that point there's only so this is like freshman year spring after we just finished in the fall, and we only had three defenders, and he looked at me and this other tall striker and was like, who wants to play center back? Well, no one's gonna
It's
raise
not
their
me.
hand. And his coach Greg was like, all right, Hugh, why don't you give it a shot? So I ended up doing well as a center back that spring. We played like Georgetown and some other big teams and did
You,
well for myself. So he kind of kept me as a center back my sophomore year, but also as a six.
can you elaborate for people
Um,
who don't know what the six means?
Yeah.
What that is? What that is?
sorry, center
No, you're
defensive mid.
good. Yeah.
So after George Mason, I was going to a showcase in Florida. Ended up being, nothing, wasting money kind of thing. Me and like three guys from Mason. And then I went up to Rochester Rhino tryouts. They ended up not taking me. I went up to Harrisburg City Islanders. They ended up not taking me either. And then I went down to Richmond for open trials. Made it through trials. Was there for like 2 weeks before they offered me a contract. And then, yeah, I had a year and 2 year option. And after my first year, I did well for myself, and they picked up my option, signed me for another 2 years. And then my third year ended up making first team all league, all defender of the year finalist. And
Whoa.
from there, it's been a rocky road.
Yeah. How come?
So I ended up leaving Richmond, and it was never for the money why I did this. I was always trying to advance in my career and reach the major leagues. So I ended up going to the Philadelphia Union organization. They were like, Hugh, come through, sign this USL contract with the Bethlehem Steel, and we promise you we'll give you first team look and first team opportunities with the MLS squad. So I was like, all right, I'll go, but all I want is a preseason chance. If I don't make it, I don't make it, but all I want is a chance in the MLS. So I go there. I go there like January 7th, early, and they ended up like not inviting me down the preseason with the first team. I thought I did well. We had a shutout. I had an assist in one of the games. Like it was a good experience, but they didn't
What
invite me
position you
back for the
play?
second league. Center back. I'm a center back
And you had an
now for
assist.
good.
Huh.
Right, and I had an assist, which is cool.
Very
So I
good.
ended up going to the playing with the USL team a lot, but the thing with the two teams is it's not about the older guys, it's about the youth, you know? So
Mm.
they want they want to see the youth develop into MLS Major League pros early on so they can like sell them and use them for the first team kind of thing. So like at the time, as well as I did my third year, I wasn't even playing in Philly. I wouldn't play for like 4 or 5 months. I mean, not 4 or 5 months, 4 or 5 games, which is like a month or so. And I mean, coming from a decent year in Richmond, it was kind of frustrating a little bit. They decided not to bring me back. Well, it was mutual. They're like, the first team not looking at you. So I was just like, all right, cool, I'm gonna leave, kind of thing. That's my whole point of being here. So now I'm a free agent again, and I have to go to open tryouts in my 5th year in the league. So I go down to NCFC, try out down there. They ended up not taking me because of a money thing, but honestly, I would have renegotiated. Like I really just wanted to play, you know.
I
They're
see.
like, we know you can play in the league, but we're gonna just look at somebody else. I was like, all right, cool. So then I went to Pittsburgh, went to their open tryouts, ended up making it there. That's where I was with Toby, and that's where
Yep.
me and my man developed a real good bond for real.
He's the man.
Because I mean, not
That
just
was a good guy.
obviously the same positions, but we were just dealing with Coach Bob. He's a harsh coach. He's a strong
Yeah.
coach, strong personality.
Very tough to
So
deal
we
with
were
at times.
dealing with it
Interesting.
right.
Yeah.
That was a very tough mental, tough year for me, to be honest with you. Oh my gosh, I hate
Good
this
idea.
game.
Good idea.
Bro, you're kidding
It's
me.
tough, man. Dealing with a coach that sometimes it's like you have to adapt to a certain style or mentality that
Yeah,
they
so the
want.
thing right, exactly. So I'm coming from Richmond and everywhere else, so we play possession, right? And Coach Bob in Pittsburgh, he's more direct and he's very safe than sorry. So he just wants to like if you're under pressure as a defender, he just wants you to kick it. And I didn't understand that. I'm trying to play through pressure. But I mean,
Oof.
pressure makes diamonds. We had the most shutouts in history. We had 17 shutouts in a single season, which is like over half the games.
It's pretty impressive.
Toby and I both balled out. Like, yeah, it was a good year. Went to playoffs for the first time in Pittsburgh's history. Ended up getting
That's
upsetted
awesome.
by my old team in Philly, which was a
No
crazy game.
way.
They get a free kick on top of the box in the last minute of the game and bury it. The captain, my man.
No. So you end up going through all of this, and now you're at Charlotte Independence. Is
So,
that correct?
right. So that was last year. Coach Mike, I've been playing against him for a while. He hit me up early on, was like, I'm interested, kind of thing. I want you to come through. And I came through last year. To be honest with you, I had a love-hate relationship with soccer all the way until probably my 3rd year at Richmond. I even
Wow.
hated it my first 2 years as a rookie and second year in the league because at the time we were affiliated with DC United, and all they would do was send down 8 DC United players every weekend and wouldn't play us kickers players. So it was just frustrating. So I had a love-hate relationship with it because I was doing really well in basketball, and even my parents thought at one point I was going to play basketball. Basketball is very intertwined with soccer, so I used that knowledge from both sports, and that's why I'm here today.
I've noticed that Kobe Bryant actually used to be a big fan of soccer. Right? He would go to Barcelona practices just to watch them play.
Right,
So there's
right,
an intertwine between basketball and soccer. What is that? What is that?
right. So, all right. So back in my forward days, right? This is why I was good as a striker because I would use my body well. And in basketball growing up, I used to be a big man, but then I stopped at 6'4", so I turned into a point guard, shooting guard. But when I used to play as a big man, I was always posting up. So you know how you post up people, right? So I was a
Mm-hmm.
post up striker. So I'd post up the defenders. I'd shield them, shimmy them, turn. I'll shield them off, be able to lay off because of basketball. Even when you box out in basketball, you have to use your arms. So as a center back and as a striker, I have to use
Right.
my arms and you have to fight around me and stuff. So I got really good at that in basketball. So in soccer, they're not going to call a charge or a blocking foul on me. So I would just post them, I'd hold them off sometimes. Little things, I might hold their jersey behind me, like little things like that. But in
What you
intertwined with
don't see.
basketball, Right. And so even now as a center back, when strikers are posting me up, I can read, and also since I played striker before, I can read the cues, the eye contacts, the hand signals, see when they're about to do certain things, and then anticipate, and then jump in front and read.
I didn't even think of
So
that. And I've been playing soccer
yeah,
forever. I didn't even, Jesus Christ. So it's those little details that you don't even see. Pulling the jersey, what do you? Okay, look, I'm not gonna try to throw you under the boat here, but you're a high quality defender, right? Is there times where you need to talk trash?
yeah. In
Trying to-
basketball, gave me, especially from my AU coach, a different mentality than soccer players. I feel like it's very hard to explain, but it's just basketball's high pressure, it's very fast, and AU ball. I'm talking about I went to Vegas twice, like Florida Nationals, like Disney and stuff. It was a crazy experience, and so you have to be ready mentally for these kind of games because it's not just the players, it's the fans, it's the AU coaches, it's the benches, it's everybody talking the most
Rowdy.
trash ever.
That's true, and you gotta deal with
off.
it. Yeah.
Parents go off.
I didn't know.
Our games are like,
Yeah, so professional.
good job, guys. Good job. Parents are stomping, getting crazy, getting rowdy because it's closed. You know what I mean? So it's like
Okay, so
everything's
it's more
echoing. Yeah.
now you can't hide from it.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, GW was very like, come on guys, we love you. You know. What do you think is the issue?
It's not televised, so in like the kids' view, it's not cool enough. People don't want to play soccer because they think it's boring still, and like even though we might know about it, like they just don't show it. And they only talk about international soccer ever over here. So what kid's gonna think that, oh, I can reach international soccer, but don't realize that it's the same thing going on domestically. So they only see overseas, and they're like, I can't reach that. I'm not from London. I'm not from Germany or something. Like it's almost impossible. Let me just basketball's my stuff. Basketball's on TV. Football's on TV. You know, I can make millions and millions of dollars. Basketball, as long as you're good, you can play for free. All my friends are playing it. Football, as long as you're nice, you pretty much play for free too, besides like the pads and some cleats and stuff.
Right.
So, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, from a core, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You got to get people at a young age that want to play, get them interested, and keep them interested. Like everyone plays rec soccer. We played MSI, but how many of your friends then fell out of that and said like, I don't want to play anymore? And after like 2 years, 3 years.
Right.
I agree with that, man.
I got a couple more questions here too. Someone said, "Is Hugh single?"
Oh,
Just saying.
somebody's asking if you're single, man.
Nah, I'm not.
Try again another
Sorry.
time.
Yeah.
Whoever that is.
And then
You can follow
very
that.
good question.
Tell them they can follow the IG though.
Oh yeah. Oh, so can you tell us a little bit? Actually, so you started a podcast that's not that long ago. Is that correct?
Yeah. 2 years ago, I started a podcast.
Backyard Footy. Is that what it's called? Okay. Yeah. So, can you elaborate a little bit as to how that's going and why did you start doing it? What a ball.
So basically, I'm sitting on my couch watching ESPN, and we all watch ESPN. And I'm
I
like,
love ESPN.
This is in Philly at the time, and I'm like, why don't they ever talk about soccer on ESPN? You know, they never really only talking about international soccer, only never domestic. And I was like, this is my 4th year in the league, going on my 5th. I know a good amount of people in the league. Why not? I start a podcast. It's free. It's cheap. I can just get boys from around the league whenever they come in town to come to my home and like we'll record and like, just talk about life. And everybody loved it. And it kind of just been taking off from there.
It's huge. When did you start doing it?
2018 when I was in Pittsburgh.
Okay. And you've been doing it ever since? How many episodes or podcasts have you filmed?
I just did my 36th episode yesterday, actually.
No way, man. Congratulations.
And then
Thank you.
random question. What do you do for fun? You're training all the time. What do you do for fun?
Good question.
Nah, that's a good question.
Tell us about you.
So back in my young days, my first 3 years in the league, I used to just do this. I used to just so enrichment. It's the life of a pro. My enrichment. Not every team's like this. Not every team's like this. We're not like this in Charlotte. But in Richmond, all we would do, we would practice from 9 to 10:15 or 10:30 in the morning every day. That's it. You have the rest of the day off. So we would wake up in the morning, train for an hour 15, hour and a half, done for the whole day. Come back, me and my roommates, we play FIFA all day, every day, 2K, every game. We go play, we had free membership at every YMC. Oh, an
Oh,
own goal? That's
Fun.
crazy.
I mean, look, at least he didn't
Um,
score, you know? You
Yeah.
guys scored that, so.
we're
Right.
up 3-0.
Alright.
3-0.
Damn, that sounds like heaven, bro.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I'd just be chilling all
kidding me?
day.
Be up at 6 a.m.
Right.
Just give us one of your favorite stories about coaching. Like when you were coaching kids, what's like an awesome story you got?
And I have one after that for you.
All right. So this year,
Got a lot
right?
of questions.
This year we were playing this is the second final. And sometimes I can't go because my schedule with the Independents, if I'm away on a trip, I have to ask for an assistant coach. So it sucks. I tell them what to do and they still make it to the final somehow. But this time I could be there, right? So I'm there, we're in the finals, and I'm like, we're going to overtime, and it's a golden goal. And I'm like, listen, boys, it's 2-2. We fought hard. They got some scrappy goals. We did too. I was like, listen, don't give up. Kept my starters in. My assistant coach is like, no, stub this dude out. I'm like, nah. Like, we're good. Trust me. So they ended up, my dude gets the ball on top of the 18, kicks it off of center back, gets deflected, gets it again on top of the 18, curls it upper 90. Everyone goes crazy. My boys run to the corner. I just lose it, and I'm sprinting over across in front of parents, in front of everybody, like, let's go.
It's that real passion right there. you know?
They had a picture and everything of it. I felt like a damn kid, but man, that was fun.
Let's say you can throw back to when you were 10 years old, 11 years old, when you're really starting to get a hold of things. You're taking it, you're playing travel soccer. Where do you go? Like, what do you tell those kids now? And this is probably a lot of stuff that you tell your kids when you're coaching.
Right. Two things for I know it's cliche and stuff, but you really, really, really have to believe in yourself. Like, I got cut from ODP. I got cut from so many teams. I cried so many times with my dad. Like, even in college, I cried. Even as a pro, I cried. Like, so many frustrations, right? But I just know that I'm one of the best defenders type kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I knew back then,
I
like,
love that.
I'm shutting people down still. Like, it's not making any sense because these people aren't getting past me. So why am I not getting these certain looks and achievements? But I'm gonna keep going and keep proving these doubters wrong. That's
I love
one. Because even though when you climb, you think you're reaching the top academy. Like, I know a bunch of. I'm so old in this game that all my dudes who came from the top best academies, hyped up top 5 players in the country, all my boys are no longer playing, and nobody's playing anymore. Like, nobody really pans out. The dudes who make it up, they're the ones with the mindset that they're gonna not let the BS like bring them down. I'm telling you, that's the only dudes that are still playing today. All the dudes in the USL that went to tryouts are still trying to reach their dreams. They give up because it's too hard, and it is a tough. It's not a lot of money. It's a tough thing. And then 2, you just need a wall and a ball. Just go out and get a wall. That's all I did in my basement. I had like 3 walls around me, and I just had cones in front of me and just pass off the wall, work on my touch. Work on your first touch, work on your second touch. It'll take you to the next level. First touch is the most important touch in the game. So, wall and the ball for real. You don't need anybody else. You just juggle. Get used to the ball.
Super random question. If you could hang out with a soccer player, who would it be?
If I could, probably Paul Pogba, for real.
Yeah.
Let's say you're single, right? Whatever. Just you can even go as friends. Which soccer player from the U.S. women's national team would you take out to Benihana's? Remember, this is Benny fucking Hanas.
You don't mess around with Benihana's.
Okay.
That's the real stuff.
Probably Mallory Pugh, for real.
It's a great choice.
Have you ever had bark thins?
You need to.
Nah, what
time
is
we gotta
that?
ship you.
Oh, we gotta ship you some next time. You know, I'm gonna send you some
These
anyway.
are really hard to open. They make it super hard to open on purpose because it's so good. They
Makes
want you to work for
Here,
it.
go away.
Yeah, go ahead.
But dark chocolate,
Mhm.
pretzel, with some sea salt. A little dangerous.
makes
Got
it.
some high fat, but dude, these things are.
They're unbelievable. Thank you so much for doing this.
Taking the time. Hopefully, we'll have you on again soon. That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
no doubt, my
Yeah,
G's. This is incredible. I really appreciate y'all for what you're doing. Thank you for the camera. Nah, like seriously, this is definitely a different, unique way. I didn't know you guys had a chat live with people, so that's a dope way to interact. Like I'm trying to even figure out how to interact with fans live and stuff too. So that's good, man. Keep y'all doing your stuff in your unique way because you want to be unique in this game. That's why I'm doing my stuff too. If you're not, then people aren't gonna respect y'all. So it's a great way. Great way.
Appreciate it, man. Honestly, it's worth all of it when we get a chance to talk to players like you, man. Seriously. So thank you.